Hi there, my name is Max Vanry. I am the product manager at Vericatch. Today, I'm going to show you how to create a trip record, edit those records, and then transmit that information to the DFO on our website. So go to vericatch.com and hit login. As you can see here, my information is pre-populated. I'm going to hit login. Once we've logged in, we'll be taken to our fisheries dashboard. A couple of alerts might come up. As you can see here, we haven't paid for this fishery yet. In order to submit data to the DFO, you do need to pay for your subscriptions, which can be done in the tab right here under subscriptions. But today's video, I'm going to focus on the record section at the top here, which is where you can add a new fishing trip and report as you would with paper logbook. So let's select records. The record sections will hold all of your historical information as well, your historical trips. As you can see here, I've made 2 different trips in the past, but we'll create a new one today. Once we hit new, you'll see that some of the previous information in our other trips have not been sent to the DFO, so we'll provide that reminder to you. As you can see here, you have your basic information about your trip, where you're going to be fishing from, so Newfoundland, your fin, my name, all of this is pre-populated based on your previous inputs. So we're trying to save you time by reducing the amount of information that you have to re-enter every time. Anything you might see that is gray, you cannot input on, and it's been blocked for your region. So once you've done that, you can choose to hit save and exit. Let's see here. So it'll be thinking. What we've just done is we've created the overarching information about your trip. In order to add a couple new pieces of information, such as what you caught and where you might be fishing, we'll use the effort section. We'll add information about bait use, and then we'll conclude by adding a landing and then completing our trip. As a reminder, this is the web version of this. You can also complete all of this on our mobile app, Fisheries app 2.0, which is available on iOS and Android. But back to the web, we're going to hit add. So we're going to add an effort detail. As you can see here, it's going to load up. I'll have our start date and time. Again, we're auto-filling things for you. So your license number, what your last LFA was. We're going to provide you a couple questions about interactions with species at risk or other mammals, as well as if you lost any gear. In this demo, we'll select no for all, except to point out that if you do press yes, we will provide you with a reminder that you have to fill out the appropriate logbook. Indicate your target species as lobster, and then go and indicate your fishing gear, input any information about that fishing gear, include comments, what the soak duration was, let's say it was 2 days, any V-notched specimens, how many gears were hauled, 35, include the size of traps, indicate your statistical section. This is a long list. You can choose to search it, or you can actually, once you've selected the place that you normally fish, it will then populate to the top of the list, in this case, Cape Bonavista to South Head. Indicate the species that you've caught, lobster, and any kept weight. Let's say it's 120 pounds, number of specimens. Let's just say it's 45. Any discarded, 5, product form, round. And then if you do need to add more catch, let's say you caught another species. In this case, we'll put Atlantic cod. You'll see that you can't keep any of it because they're blocked out. So you just indicate what you've caught and discarded, indicate the product form, and then you're good to go. The last thing you need to do is put the end date and fishing time here. If you have more information to add, you can add further information in here. So effort details, this will add a new section that you can see here. And that's all about the soak duration of another set of gear. For the moment, though, we'll just delete that subsection and we'll hit save and validate. Save and validate, we'll check that everything is correct. If there is an error, which we should expect, as you can see here, we'll remind you. And then at the bottom, the error that I left open was the date and time. Sorry, I'm just scrolling quickly here. Date and time was left empty. So what we'll do is we'll just change the date and time. It's 12:30 p.m. As you can see, it's now filled. If we hit save and validate again, everything will be correct. As you can see, we've validated your record and we're good to go. So what you can do now is you can scroll down to the bottom of the page and you can choose to exit this record section. And that'll take you back to the trip overarching information. As you can see here, we have one open record, 0 close, 0 sent. The way to use this feature is to make sure that everything is eventually under the sent column. So you want all your records sent to the DFO. We'll also remind you that you have to add a landing in here. We're going to add a bait used form to indicate what we baited our traps with. Rock crab, any information here, let's just say 20 pounds, and we'll hit save and exit. You can see it's open. If we wanted to add another bait use, we can hit add again. And let's just say we forgot to put the type, but we did put the weight. If you do hit save and exit, you'll see that our software will actually remind you that something is incorrect. You have errors. Do you want to continue? In this case, we don't want to continue. We want to fix those errors. And then we're going to save and exit. Once we've done that, you can see that we now have 2 bait use forms. The last thing we need to do is indicate a landing. So we will do that there. You don't need to fill all of these forms in if they do not pertain to your trip. So if you haven't caught, or if you haven't found any lost gear, or you've seen no mammals, then you don't fill those in. So let's hit landing, hit add. As this loads up, you'll see my previous landing port is already in there and the date and time. We can hit save and exit. And we'll remove that account payment. So that's the reminder that you have not submitted that payment, and therefore you cannot send to the DFO. For this demo, I'll ignore it. And what we can do now is we can finish our trip. If you just press finish here, you'll get a list of all of the records that you've created, the date and time, all that information. You'll see that they're open, and we can review and close those. In this case, reviewing and closing means that you'll seal those records. Everything has been validated as correct. You can choose to edit them if you like, or you can just do a big scroll to double check that everything's correct. In this case, I believe it to be the case. So we'll hit close. Are you sure? Yes. And once we've done that, those records will be sealed. As you can see, they're now all closed. And then the last step available is to send. And I will hit send to demonstrate the functionality. Yes, I'm sure. An unexpected error occurred, and that is because we did not actually have this fishery as paid. So what you'll need to do is go into your subscriptions right here. And you're going to need to make sure that you have paid. As you can see here, it is unpaid. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you have any other questions, please make sure to subscribe to our VeriCatch YouTube channel and our Instagram, where we put out helpful tips for how to use our software. Take care.